History is a lie. How was King Charles II described by a woman who refused to marry him? Before reading his description, let's see how he looks like on Wikipedia. Also, what swarthy complexion meant at the time. This is one of the famous paintings of King Charles II at his coronation. Let's look at an early modern English etymological dictionary. Swarthy, see swart. Dark of complexion, black, dusky, tawny. Swarth, black, darkly brown. From Dictionarium Anglo-Britannicum, published in 1708. Complexion, the color of the face, the natural constitution or temperature of the body. Armed with this knowledge, let's read. From Charles II and His Court, by A. Cyril A. Barrett. From page 24, quote, Mademoiselle de Montpensier, daughter of Gaston, Duc d'Orléans, and cousin of Louis XIV, was selected by Henrietta Maria as a fitting wife for Prince Charles. And while objecting to the match and to Henrietta's methods, the lady condescends to say of her royal suitor, he is tall for his age, with a beautiful head, black hair, a swarthy complexion, and a tolerable figure. Keep in mind, Charles was about 16 years old at this time, and Anne-Marie d'Orléans was 8. These were different times. In the previous page, Madame de Motteville also describes young Prince Charles. Quote, in appearance, Madame de Motteville describes Charles at this time as very well made. His swarthy complexion agreed well with his large bright eyes. His mouth was exceedingly ugly, his figure extremely fine. He was very tall for his age and carried himself with grace and dignity. Let's jump to another book where King Charles II is described. From the Dictionary of National Biography, Volume 10, page 106. Quote, this corresponds to Marvell's famous description of him as of a tall stature and of sable hue. In A Cavalier's Notebook, page 90, there is a curious anecdote of his measuring his height in the cabin of the Newspy on his return to England, and of its exceeding that of any other person on board. The king's swarthy complexion, with its effect heightened by the dark periwig, is the most distinctive feature of all his portraits. In this book, Charles II is described as being tall and of a sable hue. What does sable mean? From the Cambridge Dictionary, sable, color, a dark brown or black color. The dictionary is kind enough to show what the color looks like on the left. We found 2 other descriptions of King Charles II, but I feel like I am beating a dead horse. More interestingly, pubs across England called the Black Boy are generally named after King Charles II. It was a nickname coined by his mother because of the darkness of his skin and eyes. King Charles is credited with popularizing champagne drinking and yachting in England. Now, I'm not sure a mother would nickname her kid Black Boy because of eye color, but that she would do so because her kid has a darker complexion than relatives around them makes more sense to me. Its unfortunate accurate depictions of Charles II are non-existent on the internet. We were able to find this portrait of Charles II. I don't believe this to be 100% accurate, but it is a more faithful portrait, especially with those big eyes described by the Lady of Motteville. We found this old statue as well. However, it seems erosion got to it before we did. Like and share for more lost history. And that's why we say,